Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be sharing everything that I packed makeup wise to take on my holidays on my vacation. If you're American, it's vacation. Here we say holidays. So whichever, pick your word. That's where I went. I went away with my family for a week and I'm going to be sharing everything that I took with me makeup wise, as well as the holiday makeup look that I absolutely nailed down while I was there. So if you're off on your travels, off on your holidays, or you're just curious as to what I pick to travel with when I'm going away, then keep watching. Okay, so this is the makeup bag that I always travel with. This is my Laura Mercier makeup case, makeup bag, whatever you want to call it. I briefly considered taking my Beauty Fact case, but I pack light, I travel light, and that is quite heavy and quite a bit larger, and I just didn't feel like I needed it for this trip. And I was also worried about taking that because it's so valuable and may get broken. You know what, baggage handling can be like. So this case is the perfect size. It has a hard front and back, so I feel like everything in here is secure. However, I definitely pick products to take that aren't as breakable. I don't really take any powders when I travel, particularly if I'm going on a plane with hold luggage. If I'm going to like my family and I'm driving there in the car, that's fine. I trust myself to handle things gently. But if it's going on a plane and I have no control over it, then I tend to pick a lot of creams, a lot of products that can't shatter, that can't be destroyed, So, God, this thing is full of my hair. So this is what it looks like inside. I'm trying not to spill it all out, but this is what it looked like. It is packed to the hilt, I will say that, but I didn't use everything in here, and I absolutely got kind of my evening makeup look down while I was there. So next time I travel, I won't need to take half of this stuff, because once I kind of had my routine down, I didn't want to change it because I was so in love with this makeup look. I will say it's very glowy, but it will look glowier on camera than it does in person because there's a big light shining on my face. But I will show you, I will insert, in fact, a natural daylight shot of what this makeup looked like in reality. It was very glowy, but not quite as shiny as I look currently because of the light. So, of course, I travelled only with my Sonia Keyaki travel set. It is the ultimate, perfect travel set of brushes. It's all I needed, and in fact I didn't really use the detail brush. I pretty much stuck to these three brushes. I used this one, which is the crease brush in the crease, as you might expect, sometimes a bit of nose contour. I used the base, the jumbo base, the mini jumbo base, to do foundation, sometimes even concealer, cream bronzer, cream blush. I literally use this for everything. It's an absolute amazing multitasker. I then had the jumbo worker, which I pretty much used for concealer, sometimes a bit of highlighter, but I really stopped using highlighter the first time. Once I kind of found my routine, I didn't feel like I needed it. So this was kind of my concealer brush, and like I said, I really didn't use the detail brush at all. So of course I had to take my Huda Beauty Brow pencil. I did also pack the Benefit Brow Gel, but I never used it. I just couldn't really be bothered. I was trying to keep my makeup as quick and easy and simple as possible. And I feel like, when it's super hot, you've got a lot of SPF on your skin. Brow gel, usually for me, is not going to hold my brows perfectly. So especially when my lamination has run out, I'm due to have it done. So my brows don't hold very easily by themselves or even with gel. So I just instead chose to just do a little bit of brows and just kind of brush them through and let them hang out just naturally on my face without, trying to hold them in position. I really didn't use this, and so next time I won't pack that. But of course I needed my brow pencil, my true brow pencil. So I took one primer / bit of multitasking product, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Invisible UV Flawless Poreless Primer. It has SPF 50. This is one of my all-time favorite summer products, but also holiday products, because it's so good at so many things. Typically how my routine goes for the evenings, we go out for dinner or drinks like most evenings when we're away, and what I will do is we'll get in from the day, whether we've been to the beach or the pool or out for the day. I'll get in, I'll have a shower, and I'll do a proper cleanse of my face because I feel hot. I've got a lot of SPF that's been on my face during the day, and I want to get everything off and give myself a clean canvas for makeup. So this serves as like SPF, because in the evenings, you know, the sun is still out very late now. So this is giving me, you know, a decent amount of SPF. It's also giving me hydration back into my skin after I've cleansed, and it's giving me a nice glowy base for makeup. It's such a great multitasker, and yeah, I put that on my face every single time I did my makeup. But also, if you want to go makeup free, it's a great sort of glowy, takes a bit of the edge of discoloration and redness and things like that. So it is an excellent multitasking product. My Tom Ford Stick foundation, this, as you know, is a recent discovery for me, and I fell properly in love with it on this holiday. The first time I traveled with this, I really appreciated the travel friendly quality it has, and I actually packed 2 shades this holiday because obviously I was going to be picking up colour while I was there, so I picked up, like, I packed my summer and winter shades and just kind of mixed it according to what my skin, where my skin was at, my skin tone was at. So that was really handy, you know, taking 2 stick foundations, very, very travel friendly, easy to condense into a small space, perfect for travel, and perfect even being able to use, you know, 2 shades and mix them together. And I really fell in love with this foundation. I just found the way to make it easier and less time consuming to use with the brush, and just going a bit, you know, more, putting a bit more oomph behind the application, and it just felt so skin-like and natural and beautiful, with some lovely luminosity there and just enough coverage to kind of even out my skin tone, match up my face to my body, because my face never picks up much sun. I try and keep it as much out the sun as possible, but a beautiful foundation. I packed 1 concealer, and I chose the Tom Ford Stick or Cream Concealer. Again, a little more travel friendly, smaller, and I feel like doesn't need powder. I didn't take any powder. I didn't want to take my Pat McGrath powder because I felt like that was a very high risk product to shatter, to make a mess. And so I decided to go sans powder and just use the stick. And that way you can just tap out any creasing as it happens. But I really didn't have an issue. Again, I really fell in love with this concealer on holiday because it's so travel friendly, so easy to use. I didn't take this in my purse for touch-ups, but obviously you easily could do that, and you don't need, you know, a sponge or anything. Like, you can just tap it in, and it looked beautiful. A really nice neutral shade as well that I was able to kind of use throughout the whole of my holiday without it becoming too light or too dark. I used the shade Taupe, and it's a perfect, like, kind of middle ground shade, not super bright, not too deep for me at the beginning of my holiday, and just, again, a very easy travel friendly component. Next up, the Westman Atelier bronzer stick. This is in the shade Truffle. It's actually a contour stick, but Truffle is quite warm for a contour and just the perfect bronzer. Again, it really stacks nicely with the Tom Ford stick, so everything kind of goes together really nicely in the bottom of this makeup bag, and everything fits really nicely with no space wasted. Very quick and easy to use. I also liked using this in the crease because I didn't take any eyeshadow palettes, I only took singles. So this is just a really nice bit of something in the crease, bit of a transitional shade there. Absolutely beautiful. Love this stick. Very easy to use. Build up as much or as little as you want. And again, very travel friendly. So when it came to eyeshadow, I packed 4, all singles. So I had 2 of the Pat McGrath Labs cream shadows, the shades Platinum Bronze and Divine Champagne. And I don't think I actually used either of these. The first night we went out, I used Lisa Eldridge's Cressida. I wanted, you know, that champagne look. So that one I used the first night. Again, all of these, you know, they can't smash, they can't shatter. One and done shadows, perfect for travel, perfect for holiday. But like I said, I used Lisa Eldridge's Cressida 1 time, I think, and that was that. The one that I really loved using that was slightly higher risk, but it was Pat McGrath's Smugglers Spice. That's the shadow that I used today in this tutorial, and it's just so pretty and summer friendly, and with a tan it looks absolutely stunning. Just the absolute perfect one and done shadow. I didn't need a brush, I just whacked this on with a finger. You could have run this under the lower lash line as well if you wanted a bit more of a sort of popping makeup look. Just the ultimate perfect one and done. It's one of my all-time favourite one and done single shadows. If you can find it, if it comes back, grab it, snab it. It's just perfect for summer. Snab it, is that a thing? But that was my favourite shadow to use. The others kind of fell by the wayside because I just fell in love with using that one for this specific look. Charlotte Tilbury mascara. She's coming everywhere with me, everywhere I go. I absolutely love this mascara. Obviously I was only going to take one mascara with me. I'm packing lightly after all. And if I'm picking one, I'm picking this one. It's my favourite. You guys know that. So then when it came to blush products, I took two only, I know. Didn't I do well? I took the Rare Beauty Virtue blush and the Charlotte Tilbury Pinkgasm Sunset Beauty Light Wand. This is the newest, latest Beauty Light Wand. It's my absolute favourite. This is the one I used today. I used the Rare Beauty Virtue blush the first night, again, when I was kind of experimenting, finding my feet. And then I used with it the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand Spotlight, the highlighter. So this was my first night combo, but after that, I only used this. I didn't bother with the highlighter, I just used this. As you can see, it gives me a lot of glow and luminosity without the need for a highlighter, and it skips a step. You know, I don't need blush and highlight, I only need this. Again, I wouldn't take these. If I travelled next time, I would literally take this, and no, she's perfect. That summer glowy skin. I don't need to think, I can skip highlighter. It's just much easier. And I love the effect that it gave. So yeah, that was an absolute winner multitasker for me. Absolutely loved it and just leant towards it every time I did my makeup. Of course I had to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is the mini size. Perfect for travel, fits so nicely and easily in my case. Perfect little diddy size, and you can refill it from the larger size. Perfect for travel. This is a necessity for me, you know, especially when I'm going super glowy, a lot of cream products. It's still warm out, you know, when we go out for dinner and drinks, and this is just going to make sure that everything stays perfectly in place. Such a good setting spray. Really does help the longevity of your makeup and give it some life and some freshness, which you don't really need if you're going all creams, but it's just the best setting spray I've ever tried. And when you're on holiday in the warm weather, going out in the evening, you need a setting spray, you know? I will say on the last night, we were taking a photo, like a group photo, and the pool is very far from the house. So we have to like set the camera up and you've got 10 seconds to run. So it's always me because I have the best camera. So I set my camera, my phone up to take the photo. You know, I have to press the timer and then run to get in the shot, right? And we obviously had to do that 4 or 5 times. We had 3 children, okay? And 2 over 70s who like to close their eyes in photos for some reason. So it took a few takes, okay? And I was running back and forth, back and forth. Let me tell you, I was sweating. It was hot, okay? But my makeup looked, you know, never budged, never moved, nothing smudged, nothing moved, nothing started melting off my face because of this stuff. Now, when it came to lip products, I actually only packed 3. For the record, I only packed 3, but I ended up with 5 because I purchased a couple at the airport. But the products that I originally took and packed were all Lisa Eldridge lip glosses. I took Sorcery and Go Lightly. I felt like that covered all my bases. I've got something that's a summery, pretty, peachy coral, and I've got something that's a nude, so that kind of covered those bases. And then I took the Dancing Rose, which is the gloss that I used today and the gloss that I kind of leant towards throughout the holiday, because it's that clear shimmery shade. It's not one of the original, you know, just pigmented shade lip gloss colors. This is the sparkly kind of sheer reflective one, and I just loved it. I didn't want too much when it came to my lips. I wanted them very natural, especially with my lip blush. I didn't need a lot of color, and I just loved that this gave me that really pretty, reflective, sparkly, glossy lip. That was the one that I kind of reached for the most. The 2 that I picked up on holiday were one of the Dior lip oils. I've wanted to try these for a very long time. I've never tried them before, if you can believe it. The only shade they had at the airport was the berry shade, so I was like, sure. It wasn't probably the one I would have chosen, but it was the only one they had, so I thought sure. And it was gorgeous, really beautiful, exactly what everyone says. A really nice, smooth, clear, like gloss with a hint of colour, but not really a lot. Feels very nourishing on the lips. And then I also picked up this Givenchy Le Rouge Baume in the shade 10. And this was an unexpected little purchase. I saw this, someone posted this on Instagram, and it looks black, right? But it kind of gives you a hint of a very natural bit of colour to the lips, and it smells lovely, and it's just a balm, so it's very nice and hydrating and conditioning for your lips, very gentle with just a little hint of colour. So those are the two things that I picked up. I should show you this one as well, as this is new. You can see it has, you know, this is probably the most pigmented because it's the darkest shade, but it's just really a very sheer hint of gloss. But like I said, the one that I kind of became my go-to was this Lisa Eldridge, and again, I'd probably just pack these two next time. I didn't really feel like I needed the colourful glosses. I feel like just a sheer gloss, maybe one of the lip oils, and that would have been me good as gold. So there you have it. That is everything that I packed and what I actually found myself using, as well as kind of what became my like go-to holiday vacation makeup look. I absolutely fell in love with it, and now I've got it down, I can even reduce my packing more. I like to be very concise with my packing. I don't want to take a huge load of makeup. I don't want to risk it getting lost or broken. And so this little routine that I now have down, I'm really in love with, and I'm really in love with. It was so quick. I don't want to keep everyone waiting for me to get ready for dinner. It probably took me 15 minutes, if that. Very quick, very easy, no thought process, and allows me to take a really small amount of makeup when I travel. So there you have it. Please let me know what your favorite travel makeup is, what your little tips and tricks are for traveling with makeup in the comment section down below. But I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.